Welcome, everyone. This is Brad Matheny again. What another great day of examples. I posted up an earlier SPY chart highlighting this flag formation in green, indicating that I thought we might see a washout low, highlighted the previous support level, indicating that we would want to have a stop down here in this area to try to protect against a potential washout low rotation, testing this support area. It worked out beautifully. Our stop, had we been anywhere in the middle of where I drew this line, would have been perfect. Look at this. It would have been perfect to protect against some risk. Draw this in yellow. I ultimately suggested that we would be moving higher. I suggested that we could potentially move into a secondary flag. This is a secondary flag here. I was going to post right over in this area that we look like we're going to finally get a breakout, rallying up above this air area here that I suggested earlier. Oops, yep, that works. And I mean, what a beautiful example. Let's shrink this chart up a little bit. We had this deep low setting up this inverse head and shoulders formation. We saw the rotation over here yesterday, pulling back off of deep support right at a Fibonacci support level, rallying back up into the close. We saw a little bit of congestion here down into the 382 area of a fib move, moving back up after this flagging, this broad flagging formation setup. Look at this broad flagging formation for a minute. Look at this, all the way back from the 23rd of May, the absolute peak coming right across this area and right across this area. Now you ask yourself, why do I use these open and close ranges? Why didn't I pick this high up here? Well, I like to look at rejection. So understand that when I'm looking down here, I'm looking at where price rejected. Okay, when I came across here, we opened up here, came back down, stalled, rejected, stalled right in this area, and then moved downward. So for me, this is rejection. This is the real support area. And again, that's why you'll see me draw across this opening level here, across this low here, across these lows here, setting these up as a rejection area. So again, I'm not necessarily looking just at highs and lows. I'm looking at where price rejects. But again, this beautiful flag formation then resolved into a washout low, moving downward, protected our stop level. Price told us everything. My prediction was that it would go up. We rolled into a sideways flagging formation again. Beautiful setup all the way back down here. Let's go to a 3-minute. Look at this. Absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning the way this set up. Just absolutely beautiful. We rolled down. We broke through our resistance. This is, like I told you, a washout low. We didn't have any real strong volume. Well, I don't think we have volume up here. Let's pull volume up. And volume. Nope, I got 3 of them. That's a little too much. Well, let's cancel these then, because it doesn't look like they're pulling up. And let's get rid of the bottom. And just understand that we had minor rotation, setting up a nice little legging pattern downward, stayed above our support just briefly by about 30 cents, which is ideally what we wanted. Remember, I suggested that we would have to get below this major support, which was right in this area. Remember, I highlighted this block. Going to be very hard to see on a 3-minute chart. Let me go back to a 15-minute. So basically, I highlighted this block of data as support. I highlighted this block of data down here as support. And I highlighted this bigger, broader red one as a resistance area. And where these originate from, they originate from the gap. They originate from the 382 to 50 level down here, and they originate from the 382 to 5 level over here. So really, this is our most recent support level for the markets, which is a 382 to 50 level from this move. You can see here, here's the calculations right here. From this low to this high, we come down to a 382 to 50 level. That gives us intermediate support. We got below it here down to 6182, was rejected. This is all from yesterday. Actually Friday. This is Friday's move and Monday's open. Now we come down here, we reject off the 618 back into the 50 to 382 level, rally up, stall out into this flag, move back down to retest this 382 to 50 level. Beautiful move. And now look at this resolve to the upside. I mean, just called it, just nailed it. And again, it's all price. What does price do? Price flags and then trends, and then flags and then trends, and then flags and then trends. That's pretty much it. That's all you got to remember. It flags and then trends. So here we have a flag. The one thing you got to remember about flags is they can oftentimes create called a false breakout. So this is what's called a false breakout or a washout low. It's basically trapping the longs into believing the market's going to go down. Once they've washed out the longs, then all of a sudden everything starts rolling back to the upside. And before you know it, we get this big breakout range. Why did this breakout right here? Pretty simple, guys. Where was our apex? So look at this. Where was the apex of the original? Right across here. That was our apex level. We got above it. It took off. And now we're rallying back up. Where did I say it would go? Let's take a look here. Go back to the 15-minute. Where did I say it would go? I suggested that we had to get up above this level and that we would likely target up here at this level. Now, we haven't hit that upper level. Well, let's see. Move this out of the way. Came dang close. Now, let me just move this. Bullish breakout happened. And we came dang close. Okay. So at this point, I'm going to tell you that we are likely to come right back up to this level. Even though we're getting a pullback right now, we're likely to come right back up to this 529, 25 roughly area and attempt to get through it as we break out to the upside with air. But again, the last couple of days, all the work I did yesterday showing you this stuff and all the work I've done today showing it to you, there have been just beautiful examples of trending, flagging, Fibonacci, Elliott wave, anchor bars. I mean, one example after another for you guys to learn off of. I've even included a little head and shoulder formation inverted. I mean, we're getting beautiful trending right now. Absolutely beautiful. And my bet, as we've got still about an hour and a half to go, so let's go ahead and see where we're going to end up. You want to play a little game? We're going to see where we're going to end up. So we're going to take a look at these moves. We're going to stick to a 15-minute chart. I'm going to shrink everything down. And yes, this is why my charts end up with a lot of lines and everything on it. It's because that's how I see the market. Okay, so we come over here. We take a look at a Fibonacci extension. We go from the low down here on Friday to the high on Monday. Come back down here to the low yesterday. And we are looking at about 533 for a full 100% measured move. Or if I shrink this down a little bit more to a 1.5 move, we're looking at 538, almost 539. So now understand that we could determine where we're at here with the same measured move. It would be smaller. It would give us a target up in this area. So based on just visually looking at this, and you can measure this move to this move, figure out how big it is, and then apply that same range here. There's the 100% move. So doing the same thing here, from here to here, measuring it, placing it to here, guessing we're going to get a target area right over in here. Okay, so that gives me an idea that a measured move area for the first target is going to be right in here. Secondary measured move would likely be up into this 382 to 50 area right over here. So again, where are we targeting a potential move long term? I just gave you the targets right here. Make them a little darker. Where would we want to have our support? Well, right now, remember, we've blown through this level. We've moved into this expansion range. So again, all of these other levels are still here. This gap level is still valid. This gap level is still valid right here. Can't get it, so I'll just drag it out here. Try to keep it about the same size. This support level is our primary support level right now. That's the most important support level as far as where we have current price support. We are breaking now to the upside, and try to move this. Come on. Move these out of the way for now. And so we have our support level right down in here where this yellow line is. Okay, this is where we would want to watch our trend. As we extend upward, we need to move above this blue level here. You see if I can get to that blue line in here. Probably not. Spread it apart. Oh, that's a drawing. So let's go ahead and create a unique price high line right here. Have to get above that level in order to go ahead and extend higher. We need to see that happen. I will make this kind of an orange line. And again, so at this point, we are very clearly long. We are waiting for the market to move. Let me see if I can get the candles up front. And we are, okay, that didn't really work. Let's try that again. There we go. And essentially what we're looking at here, folks, is we're looking at a breakaway once we get above this level. We do not get above that level, what happens? If we stall, then we could see a rejection at that level, sending us back downward. So again, very important to understand that we've got a lot of momentum right now to the upside. It looks like it's going to clearly try to break to the upside, but price must move above this high. We've already cleared this high very cleanly. We now have to clear this high in order to go ahead and move higher. My assumption is at this point, we are going to see this move higher, and we're going to target these levels and then potentially move all the way up to target this much deeper, higher level around 538. Again, price is the ultimate indicator. All you need to do is look at price, okay? And you can make decisions. This was a beautiful little move. How much was this move? So understand, once we got above this level and broke out, we had a almost a $2 move in the SPY. For you options traders, that's probably a small fortune. For the rest of us, it's a nice little intraday trade. It's pretty much the best trade we've had all day when you look at it. Now, you could have caught this low off of this bottom, trying to buy into this move higher, or you could have tried to trade this range to this range, catching about a 520, about a $2 move. But it would have been choppy all day. This is really the only trend we've seen all day. We got an hour and a half to go. And my assumption is we're going to be looking at probably the next 15 to 20 minutes. You're going to see this rally up, stall up in this area, and then continue to move higher. Let's go down to a 2-minute. And yep, here we go. So you can see the flag formation, the breakaway. Guess what, guys? What is this? Well, here we go. We come up, we hit our peak, we hit our secondary peak. Not quite sure this is going to play out like this, but coming through the rejection area, tiny little flag. We get the pole A, B, C, D, E. There's our move. We may only have to wait a couple of minutes to see it actually play out. So again, here's our move. We have this low here. Let's go ahead and do our protection with our Fibonacci retracement. We'll take it from this low all the way up to this high. 38250, there we go. So we're looking at our protection level, our critical stop level or support level right in this area. As it moves higher, we will adjust this as we go. But this is our critical support level right now, right below this gap level. And here we go, trying to break out above this flag formation. Remember, price flags and then trends a little bit, and then flags and then trends, and then flags and then trends. It's pretty much all price does, over and over and over again. So let's see what happens here. Now we could, again, what happens near an apex flag? Okay, apex of flags can sometimes see a washout. So we could see a little washout like this take place before we actually get an upward move. But let's go ahead and see what happens. Let's watch it a little bit. Try to move my mouse off all these things and see what happens. You see if we get a big expansion to the upside. And of course, obviously, if you have questions, let me know. I'm trying to reinforce this strategy for you by showing you how the same techniques are applied throughout any chart, any time frame, any interval to do this. You don't need to be, quote unquote, a master trader. You just need to understand that price is the ultimate indicator and that all price does is trend and flag. That's it. Okay. That's really all it does. So if you understand that flagging sets up when price is indecisive or is trending and consolidating, but flags resolve into a breakout trend, which is where the sweet spot is. And of course, if you can catch it, you're going to do just fine. Now, where would I look if I were looking at this and I didn't have a position? Where would I look to try to say, okay, here's my what I call avoid loser range? So I would pick this area down here, which is the high of the gap, and I would potentially pick this area up here, which is the rejected price area. So see this rejection and this rejection. I'm going to figure out that right about in this area, a little higher than the actual rejection area, right in this area is about where I want to say, hey, if we rally above that, I'm going to consider this a breakaway to the upside. And of course, look at what price is doing. Price is starting to rally. Same direction I picked for the flag resolution. Remember, I counted the pole and the 5 waves. We need confirmation. We need to get an anchor bar. We need to see it break above that 5. There we go. Almost. Looking beautiful. Okay, now at this point, coming up to the end of our 2-minute bar, if we can close above this blue level, I would consider we did. Yes, we did. Okay. I would consider getting into a position here, getting long at this point. I would want to protect my stop by having my stop somewhere down below the flag apex and near the washout level. So you would want to have a stop right in this area. Okay. That's ideally your best protection level right now. What you're doing here, folks, is you're trying to Let the trade have room to run. Okay, it's really what you're trying to do. You clearly identified a selling trigger potential down here. You clearly identified a buying potential trigger up here. We got our anchor bar. Let me spread this apart. We got our anchor bar. We're moving higher. Here's our anchor bar right here. That nice little green guy. Let me try to get them all back up. There they are. So we've got a nice anchor bar resolving to the upside. We've got the breakaway of the flag resolving to the upside. What we need to do is we need to see price move above these lines here, particularly this orange line, and continue to rally, and then I will move my stop higher. We have our critical support level down here. This is basically our do or die level. Okay. And here we go. We're getting a little upward movement. See what happens here. We're 21 minutes into the video. Sometimes I wish these price moves would go a little faster, but whatever. Let's see what happens. Okay, so now the anchor bar provides a bit of momentum. You can see how this trend here was beautiful. Green anchor bar means we have basically a bullish trigger. Green anchor bar, bullish trigger. Blue anchor bar, we need to wait for confirmation. This is a potential reversal. Continued up, got confirmation with a higher close. Green anchor, green anchor, green anchor, green anchor, all the way up. Sounds like Green Acres, the old TV show. Green anchor, green anchor. We're getting good trending. Okay, now we need to see it continue. Let's see this move continue to the upside here, breaking that orange level. And like I told you, I think once we get above that orange level, then we've got a lot of air up here to this 531, 530, call it 530, 50 to 531. We got a lot of open air potentially dragging this into a very strong rally phase right up into this area. A nice sweet spot rally, setting up beautifully. Okay, so let's see what happens here. 22 minutes into the video. Just need to get a little push. Markets have been a little flat today. Dow Jones is up 205. NASDAQ is up 83. SPY is up one and a quarter. Not a big day, but we could squeeze very easily into the end of the day. So let's go ahead and let it go, see what happens. Now remember, price doesn't always move in straight lines. You're going to get these little choppy rotations. So you must anticipate the fact that you are going to get some of this rotation as it goes. And it looks like price is going to stall back out here. We broke away from the flag. I mean, we could be setting up another flag, but I don't see it yet. Okay, well, I'll just end it here. And remember that the target objective right now is in this 530.50 to 531 area. That's really where I think this is going to go before the end of the day. We're getting very clear trending. We just need a nice momentum push to the upside. Okay, guys, I hope this is helping. Talk to you guys later.